More FPL. With Gameweek 3 over, it's time to go over my big talking points for Gameweek 4. First, I'll discuss the upcoming fixture congestion rotation issues and then focus on one player. I'll then compare the various budget midfield options available, and there are quite a few good ones. Finally, I'll talk about the pros and cons of Ivan Perisic and also the Liverpool defence. For a discussion of the main captaincy options for Gameweek 4, see my video linked here. So let's start by talking about the upcoming fixture congestion that will affect all clubs. For a lot of teams, that's already started this week with midweek EFL Cup fixtures. For the rest, it'll be next week with a full lineup of midweek Premier League matches. For the top teams, European competition group stages will start between Gameweek 6 and 7. For those teams, there'll be no free midweeks between now and the World Cup. Others will have some midweeks free, but there are more midweek Premier League and EFL Cup matches. Rotation will happen more at the top teams who have bigger squads and high quality backups. It also depends on the European draws for if they play their best players in the league or in Europe. We can try to predict the effects, but ultimately we need to monitor over the next few weeks. More FPL. Now let's talk about Erling Haaland specifically, where Pep has said this recently. Now he has one game a week. When we have games every 3 days, Erling will not play. There's a week between game weeks 3 and 4, so you'd expect him to start the Crystal Palace match. But then Nottingham Forest away is just 4 days later, so he could possibly be benched. If he was definitely going to come on, especially in an easy fixture, you may be happy to accept that. It could make you think twice about captaincy and any game he's not certain to start though. For me, I'll be holding for Gameweek 4 and then looking for clues about Gameweek 5. Pep isn't typically very forthcoming, but he has made a point about mentioning Haaland already. If we decide to move away from Haaland, there's more forward options than usual this season. The obvious alternative is Kane, who is now priced just below Haaland, so an easy swap. Despite the Spurs attack not looking fluid in the last 2 games, he's still grabbed 2 goals. And importantly for this discussion, he's played every minute of the opening 3 games so far. Richarlison can play down the middle, but so far he's been taking minutes off Son. The most popular forward transfer this week is Ivan Toney of Brentford, who started the season well. He has 2 goals and 2 assists in 3 games, and is the team's focal point and talisman. Brentford have good underlying attacking numbers, but are slightly overformed, their XG. They do have a very nice next 4 fixtures though, before facing Arsenal in Gameweek 8. By that point, you may be wildcarding, where I discussed my strategy in the video linked here. If you don't already own Gabriel Jesus, he's obviously a great pick with his form and Arsenal's fixtures. A player who started the season surprisingly well despite tough fixtures is Alexander Mitrovic. He's now managed 3 goals in 3 games with a goal against Brentford and a brace against Liverpool. Fulham do have a tricky next 4 fixtures, but they're possibly fixture-proof in an attacking sense. They're pretty close to their XG in all games and were unlucky not to score against Wolves too. I'll certainly be considering Mitrovic on my first wildcard, as well as holding Andreas. Callum Wilson was looking like a good shout, but he's picked up an injury, as he so often does. Ollie Watkins has a goal and 2 assists, but their fixtures are tough, and Villa are already struggling. More FPL. Next, let's discuss the various midfield options available, so those priced around 6 million. Rodrigo of Leeds is the top point scoring player in the game, a full 10 points clear of anyone. He looks deadly so far, especially when Bamford is out and he gets to play up front. In the last 2 games, he's got 3 goals and 1 assist, as well as a goal on the opening day. Bamford is apparently nearing a return, but he's struggled for fitness for a long time now. Rodrigo looks a good bet in the short term, although the Brighton fixture this week could be tricky. Leeds have been fantastic in attack so far though, and have 3 good fixtures coming up after that. Mainly due to Rodrigo's form and points, his teammates Harrison and Aronson have been overlooked. They could also provide good value if you can't quite stretch to Rodrigo, who's risen in price. Harrison has the highest expected assists in the league and has 3 so far, plus 1 goal. If you don't already own Martinelli, he's also a good buy with his form and upcoming fixtures. He got another assist in the last game to add to the 2 goals he got previously. Getting him in for Saka could be good with Martinelli so advanced, working with Zinchenko and cheaper. His teammate Odegaard also moved into the reckoning with 2 goals in the last match. That was his first return of the season though, so I'll be looking for more consistent returns first. Martinelli got almost as many points last season in quite a few less minutes, so I still prefer him. Other options in this bracket are Gross and also St Maximin from Gameweek 6. Gross got an assist to add to his 2 goals and is a threat from set pieces and open play. More FPL. Next, let's discuss Ivan Perisic and the pros and cons of bringing him in for Gameweek 4. He made his first start this week and got a clean sheet, assist, and all 3 bonus points. Despite only playing 110 minutes so far, he's already the 7th top point scoring defender. He's been performing well, with 2 assists, whereas some premiums have faltered, which we'll come on to. Conte's comments suggest he's first choice left wing back, and I expect him to start against Nottingham Forest. A midweek game follows that though, and I don't think he's a player at risk of rotation there. That will also apply to other midweek games going forward, which we'll need to monitor. My feeling is that it'll be explosive enough when he does play to make up for any rotation. He's already shown that he can impact a game from the bench, like he did against Chelsea. I think I'll be bringing him in this week in place of Ruben Dias, also not nailed and less explosive. Finally, let's discuss the Liverpool defence and whether you should hold on to Trent and Robertson. It's true that Liverpool haven't kept a clean sheet and neither has an attacking return. But this week, they come up against a Bournemouth side that lost heavily to both Man City and Arsenal. I own both, and Robertson is more at risk of being sold for a couple of reasons. First, he's been substituted twice and quite early against Crystal Palace, so could get benched soon. And second, he doesn't have the same attacking threat as Trent so far, and in recent seasons. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. Give it a like if you enjoyed it. What are your plans for this game week, and has this video helped your decision making? Add your own thoughts and questions in the comments, and I'll try to get through as many as I can. Never miss a pre-season video or game week preview by subscribing and turning on notifications. More FPL.